Is there Wi-Fi? We're live!
Hello!
Hey guys.
Welcome to Ask Nancy. Nancy at Remax Results Premier Realtor in the Twin Cities. And today we have a very special video. In this video, we're going to talk with
A wonderful guest. Actually, a very good friend. Actually, we've all been great friends, best friends since high school. Known each other for over 20 years. In fact, you know what? Johnson's 20-year reunion is coming up this weekend.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
it's gonna be this weekend, and I'm sad. I'm gonna be missing it. But yeah, we just wanted to, tell you guys about how wonderful the community in St. Paul is. I grew up on the east side. I was just telling the girls, yep, we're all east side girls. I was just telling them I used to walk over here to the Hillcrest neighborhood. I'd go to the local library because when you were a kid, that's all you can do for fun, go to the library. So yeah.
Okay. In this video, we're going to talk with the owner of Cups and Cheers in Eastside St. Paul, bordering on Maplewood. It's an international bar, sports bar, and restaurant, and we're going to talk about everything about the concept of coming up with the restaurant here, and also realistically, but through the prices, how it affects small businesses. Yeah, Lee, are you ready? Of course,
Sure.
We're gonna eat a whole bunch too, so this might be a little mukbang eat this delicious food here too.
Hi everyone. So again, my name is Lee. I've known Nancy since the 9th grade.
Yeah.
She also sold me my
Melissa.
first house. And I've bought, I believe, 3 houses through her. We've moved a lot. But thank you, Nancy and Linda, for coming. Before this, obviously, me and Nancy, we've always been entrepreneurs. So I did insurance for a little bit.
I know. You were always an entrepreneurial queen running an insurance agency.
I just don't think we like to have our bosses, so we're more of the boss. So
We're kind of bossy. Yeah, all of us actually kind of. She bosses us around. Linda bosses us
yeah,
around.
right now Linda's bossy. But my husband wanted to open up something that we can all share, and we've always thought of coming back to Eastside St. Paul. That's where the community is, and so vibrant.
Absolutely.
When you really think about opening up a business, you want to come back and pay taxes where the community is needed. So I know a lot of people like going into the suburbs, but they have enough taxes there. So so we like coming back here, supporting the community. Took us about 3 years to figure out the right location, the right place. I think we're pretty lucky because once we got this place, like many other groups were trying to get this place, and they're like, "Well, how did you guys get it?" So I think it was perfect timing.
Absolutely.
We had all our ducks in a row. We had all of our business plans. We had what we really wanted to do here is kind of like think of like a Asian food Buffalo Wild Wings or Asian food Applebee's.
Yeah.
I'm really big sports fan, and I'm tired of eating the same kind of food. So I was like, okay, I need to go to a place where I could eat egg rolls on Sunday Night Football.
Absolutely. And you guys, make sure you tune in because we're going to do a walkthrough of her restaurant. You'll see where all the magic happens. And I love, love, love small businesses. In fact, so I love Lee's family. I've helped several family members in their family, but you can find her mom helping out cooking in the back, and also her sister-in-law. And one of the things that they had done was like they have this magic sauce. I think it's this one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, can you
So
see it?
good.
I don't want to drip. Whoops! It dripped all over me. But anyway, so they went all the way across the ocean to Thailand, and they found this recipe. So it's one of their dipping sauces.
Taste other types of food.
Oh yeah,
noodles.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the boot noodle, the sweet chili chicken wing, that's one of the chef's special sauce. People keep asking for it, but we're like, no.
Yeah.
I don't even know how she makes it.
I know, I'm like, I know this one. I don't know if you can see this dish is actually really popular. It's their beef brisket. And
My personal favorite.
yeah, and then actually this is like my husband and I's favorite here. This is a kind of a delicacy for us, but this is their raw beef la. Kind of like think of beef. Is it tartare? How do you say it? Tartare?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But super spicy. In fact, I was telling them, can you do between mild and medium? Because like I literally will start sweating after I had my second kid. I just can't handle spice like as much anymore. And I was like, can you do in between? And I took a bite. I'm like, yeah, I'm starting to sweat. I think, if I eat the whole thing, I'm gonna just get a big stomach ache. So, but we love it. In fact, we'll finish it in one sitting. So it's one of our favorites when we come here. And I always joke that whenever we come to these, Cups and Cheers, we end up closing down the bar. Like literally, we're here. I'm like, hey, we're stopping in quick for a quick beer. We'll catch the football game or whatever on the screen, and then we end up like staying here till like 1 a.m.
And I think that's good about this location. I ran into people from junior high school, from
Oh my gosh.
high school, from college, and it's like, people can always tell me that I still look the same. I'm like, from 7th grade, they're like, yeah.
You
So
have a baby face, Lee.
I didn't even recognize some of them. They're like, we went to Hazelton. I'm like, what? And then I had to go back. I'm like, wow, they did. Like, not when they say that. But they've always said you look the same.
It's a compliment.
I know.
I'm like, there's no way this looks the same as 7th grade. But okay. But yeah, so you'll run into a lot of people here.
Awesome.
So if you grew up in this area, just want to, if you sit in my bar, I can promise you'll meet someone from the area.
Absolutely, someone you know, an old friend from school or something. So, tell me kind of like, what, because I know like your eventual goal you were telling me was that you were looking to maybe create an event hall.
Yes.
But you thought that it would be maybe a smarter idea to actually run a restaurant kind of alongside that. So
Yeah,
you have a bunch of improvements. Tell us about those.
Our original plan was to do like an event hall for our weddings and, our kite, a lot of the graduations, because nobody wants to do it at home anymore.
Yeah.
So
Oh my God.
I don't want to do it at home anymore. So that was what we were going towards. But when you take a look at the business model, you're limited to Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you still have to pay for the whole month of rent.
Yeah.
And so I figured, we could do a restaurant slash, has a place for the venue. So that was more feasible. It made more sense income wise.
Absolutely, and I love that you're you're an employer, so you provide jobs for like family members, people that you know.
Yes.
And I'm such a huge supporter of small business because we provide housing, for many families around the Twin Cities. And when we're working on our home flips and things like that, we provide jobs, and I think that's so important in how we can really give back to our community for sure.
Yeah, I know. I look at that a lot because I know pre-COVID.
Let's talk about that. I know.
So pre-COVID, it's kind of like BC. So, but this is pre-COVID, so pre-PC. Okay.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID, we had about between 26 to 32 employees. A lot of them were college students. This was their second job. It was, and I had one of my employees said, this is not like work to them. So they have a 9-to-5 boring office job.
Oh, sure.
And then they'll come here and
have fun. Have fun and have fun with the family and everything,
so,
right?
we have a really, I really do believe that we're only as good as our employees. So we have a really good employee base, and I'm really lucky to have great managers and great waitresses, bartenders who make sure everyone here is having a great time. That is the one thing we really want to concentrate on was our service and environment, really inviting. I know when we first opened, I came out and greeted some of our guests, and they were kind of like taken aback. Oh, wow, okay. My bartender has a story. She's like, I was in the bar serving, and I guess the client thought I was just a bartender. And, oh no, she owns the place. They're like, wow. So, we really wanted to be with everyone because I'm like, they come here to support me, our bar,
absolutely.
so I needed to be here. So, but pre-COVID,
Can you talk about it?
yeah.
COVID, the pandemic, the crisis,
Yeah,
coronavirus.
we're not social distancing, but I mean we know it really well, and we're not sick. So
And
I'm just saying.
let me ask you, you never thought this would happen.
Yeah, tell me about it. Like rolling the dice.
Right,
Just,
so
oh my
we
gosh.
opened up August. Okay, August 31st we opened up. It went great. We finally started ramping up our event
my
space.
gosh.
We have our event space. They're gonna show you in the back room. Was booked through July.
I know.
So it was like booked through July.
I was like, Lee, can you save me a spot in October? Because our friend Angelica,
Yeah.
her birthday's in. I'm like, please save us a spot.
You're kidding.
Yeah. So and then well, you guys know the kicker. So in March we're like, what's going on? I was on vacation. I
Okay.
remember I was on a cruise. Sorry, everyone. I was on a cruise.
I'm like,
Better be.
and And then we came back on March 11th. I came, back to the restaurant, and then remember birthday on March 17th is when
Yeah.
I couldn't celebrate my birthday.
Yeah, we were planning on going out. We were going to do bowling.
Yes, on my birthday, we shut down, and so we had to lay everyone off because it wasn't like, oh, let's go to half capacity or limited hours. They're like, no, everyone off. So laid off my workers, and then their main job got laid off too.
Oh my god.
So it's kind of like coming from two, and I remember every day I came in to grab the mail, all I got was like unemployment notices, and I'm like crying every time I open one.
Oh my god.
It's like, oh my god, I was like, what are we gonna do? Because we've lost 80% of our revenue.
Overnight.
Yes. We didn't have anything prepped for it. Because when we opened up our business, we didn't take out any loans or grants. Everything was all of our capital and savings.
And you guys spent,
Oh my gosh.
what did you guys, I think, okay, so they took over this space from a previous restaurant. And you guys spent, I think your husband said like well over.
Probably about $200,000 for renovation.
Just fully renovating.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing space.
Yeah.
But you guys did the majority of the work yourselves, right?
Yes, we did private contractors, and just people we
Oh my
knew
gosh,
that
it's so
do
hot.
things.
I'm sorry.
Water.
The pepper is so hot in the lava.
Yeah. But definitely, we didn't get a big loan, which is what we didn't want to do. That's why we saved so long. So it's not like we just woke up one morning and said, oh, we're going to go open up a restaurant. We planned for this. We had, so all of that went into putting this up. So we didn't have backup funds. We didn't think we'd need a rainy day fund so soon.
Yes.
And due to something so unprecedented.
Outside of your control.
Yeah. But you know what it did show me, and a lot of people.
Oh yes. Talk.
You know what it did show me? It did show me how much the community wanted us to stay here. Oh my God! Like everyone coming to order. They're like, "Well, how can I help you?" And everyone helping us post on Facebook. And I'm like, it made me feel like the community did want me here, because there was a point when you do a liquor license, they send it out to all the neighbors.
Oh, sure.
And obviously there are those
It's
neighbors.
Spicy. Just warning you, it's spicy.
Yeah.
That's a big bite. I'm just saying.
There's obviously always those neighbors that went against our license.
Okay.
Really?
It's so common, and so honestly, when I opened up, I got to a point where like, you know what, if the neighbors don't want us there, then I don't know if I want to be there. Like you.
Yeah.
But then I got that's only the few. But we had takeout, and then I had people that never ate here, but we are using takeout because they wanted to make sure we stayed open, and so
That's a story for you.
Yeah, that's a story. That's even my husband, who's my husband before. I don't know if you're gonna meet him, but he was surprised by how many people came that we've never met before to order takeout, and calling just making sure we're okay. And so
That's so great.
that is the only silver linings. You really get to feel appreciated.
Absolutely. So one day I had driven by, and there were no cars outside, probably because maybe you're parking in the back.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, it's the middle of the day, and I'm like, are you guys open? And she's like, we're open. I'm like, okay, I'm coming by. I'm right outside, but I wasn't sure. And so, yeah, no, it's so great, and I feel like the community as a whole, like all over.
Yes. The community has
Especially
been
the Twin
so
Cities.
supportive. Our representative, our state representative, Tim Mahoney, Jay Shong's been around, Nelsie. They're like, what can I do for you?
Oh, that's so great.
So they all come and they want to make sure they go, because they want businesses to stay in this area. As if you're driving down here, there's so many open spaces, so it's nice when there's a business there, vibrant.
Absolutely.
And everybody was shocked by how many people are employed, and I'm like, well, yeah, I'm not trying to do it by myself.
I was like, yeah, exactly.
I am not trying to do it by myself.
But what is the thing? I think, by yourself, you maybe can go far, but together.
When you're by yourself, you go fast.
Oh,
but when you're
that's right.
together, you go far.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I ain't trying to do it by myself.
Yeah, you need a veritable army to make everybody happy, and it's really happening in here, guys. I know. So post-COVID, some of the rules are.
Yeah,
I think you told me but
Pretend I woke up today. I don't know what's going on. What can I come?
Okay, so we're doing the social distancing. So when you come in, there we have a table with
Like hand
with
sanitizer.
hand sanitizer.
And that was the first thing I smelled. Like disinfectant was the first thing I smelled when I walked in the restaurant today, guys. I was like, oh, it's very clean.
You know, and then mask is available upon request. All of the employees will be in mask.
Okay.
You know, serving with gloves. Any of our patrons, they are encouraged to wear masks if that's what their comfort level is, you know. But of our employees, they do get their temperature taken. I did the thermometer thing. It's just so, you know, so that you guys are safe. You know, I know everybody's been cooped up for a while.
Yes.
So come in, we're, you know,
You're ready for
we're
it.
ready.
So dining service is open.
We did remove all the tables because usually we fit about 180 to 200 in here.
Okay.
So we're down to about 90.
So it's 50% capacity.
Yeah, 50% capacity.
And the tables are 6 feet apart.
Yes, they
right?
are.
And then what about private space?
So the private space, the back room is open. We did remove the tables to fit the social distancing. Karaoke is up. We just request that we will have sanitizers there. You just gotta wipe down the mic.
And he's like really great at karaoke.
No, I've been practicing. Did you guys know Linda karaoke?
No man.
Yeah.
You guys gotta befriend me.
If you go onto my page, I have a little clip of us karaoke.
That's right. I remember.
Yeah, I never knew this girl.
We had hung out for Christmas here this past Christmas, and Linda broke the ice with the Pokemon song.
Oh, I know.
One of the best songs ever.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Oh my gosh! And I was like, she's really doing this.
And she actually knew all the words.
Yeah, she knew every word.
Not just the chorus.
Of course.
I know the chorus, but I didn't know all the words.
That was hilarious. That was
You know,
funny.
one of the new things
Yes.
is we have pull tabs now. We are the first Moan bar to have pull tabs.
Yeah,
So,
awesome.
no more going to the American Legion.
Okay. So backstory. We've been friends for there's 2 other friends that the 5 of us have been really close. Out of all of them, I'm the boring one. I don't drink.
Oh my
I
God.
hardly swear. I'm very boring. And I don't even know what pull tabs are.
What are you trying to say, Linda?
No, what are pull tabs?
No, I meant
Okay,
about the drinking
so
swearing.
pull tabs.
I'm boring.
Pull tabs are like slot machines, but on a piece of paper. But the
It's like a lottery ticket, right?
Yeah, it's like a lottery ticket. But the good thing about pull tabs is in a box of games. So, for example, there's 100 cards. In that 100 cards, they have to pay out a certain amount. So there are.
Oh, so someone's
Yeah,
guaranteed to win.
Yes.
Oh.
Yep. And so, but let's say if someone wins like the $500, that will be crossed off, so you know that there's only winners of 200, 300, 100, so you can kind of gauge what you want to buy. But it's charitable gambling. So all the proceeds.
It's charitable.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What? I never knew that.
I have 0 idea. Okay. That sounds great.
So pull tabs is charitable?
So if any nonprofits
If you want to
out
eat, by the way,
there,
we're eating on
no.
the belly.
Any nonprofits out there, this is great for funding. And do you know that? Okay, so White Bear Association is our sponsor. It's actually they're like I don't make any of the money. They come out here, they pay for all of the system, but this is their main funding.
Really?
Yep. And it
So White Bear Association, what is that? Is that like a business association for White Bear Avenue? That's so cool.
White Bear Avenue Business Association. So all of that goes to their nonprofit, and that's how they used to, obviously run their organization. And I never knew that. So any nonprofits out there are looking to fund their nonprofit. This may be a good route, and I may have some ideas of how you get it started, but it's really, it's really hard. It's really hard to get, started.
Probably the licensing and all that, right?
The licensing, and then auditing. I haven't been audited yet, but just keeping track of that. But it's a great way to raise money. It's a great way to raise money.
And then you can win money, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of the point.
Oh,
you can
yeah.
win money.
Because like I don't like to gamble a lot, but when we go to like Jimmy's or something before we were open. So don't go to Jimmy's anymore. But it's just you win anywhere from like $50 to like $100. But the new e-tabs, it's like electronic pull tabs.
Oh.
So they have this.
Like an app? I don't know.
Yeah, it's an app.
No.
It's an app, but the app tracks an actual like game, kind of like if it was paper.
Well, I bet that's way easier than paper.
Yeah, it is way easier. But then you get the potential of winning bigger because they do have the bingo. that's linked upon all of our bars. So all of the 210 bars are linked to this bingo game.
Oh, wow.
And the jackpot is like $10,000.
So is that bars like all along right there, or like all in the
In
same
Minnesota.
hall? Oh, in Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
we have a screen where it's live streaming. So they'll pull numbers, and the numbers will come up on the big screen, and then they'll match up to yours. But this pays out every 8 days. The American Legion and Arcade won, like, that dude, that person, I don't know who it was, won like 17,000.
Oh,
Wow.
my gosh.
So you can.
And
have
you said
lucky
you're
ones.
not a big gambler.
I'm
you seem to be
not.
pretty tied into it.
No, they told me that.
Sure.
And whoever wins will show up on the screen and tell you what bar they're at.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, Cambridge Bar and Grill just won, you know,
So
$12,000.
people should come here so that
Yeah.
they can have a good time, get drinks, and play the podcast.
Yes.
That's the incentive, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, because it's fun. And, you know, when you think about it, you won't spend a lot like if you go to the casino, and you're not giving it to a big casino corporation.
And honestly, so
You're not giving it to someone who's just, you know, so this is kind of
I really love how you
charitable.
guys do a bunch of different specials. Like,
Yeah.
so on Thursday nights, we used to like drive all the way down to Treasure Island for crab
You
legs.
did?
I don't even eat seafood.
Okay.
I would go and eat the mediocre prime rib or whatever, you know. But now on Wednesday nights, are you guys bringing that back? They're gonna do all you can eat.
Can't do all you can eat for a while.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe it's because of the
Yes.
number of people and that kind of a thing, right?
Yes. And we don't know how long that's gonna be. And honestly, I don't even know because it's Great Moon. Because buffets can't open yet.
Oh, really? I didn't even know
From what
that.
I understood, because of all the sharing and stuff. So.
Oh,
right.
gosh, I didn't even think of that.
Yes.
Goodness.
So I know a lot of people are like, oh, we did it on Wednesdays, and that was so fun. Hoping we can get back to that PC pre-COVID. So.
Please,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of all the people you've employed.
Yes.
People using the event centers for
Yeah.
special purposes. I'm really missing people like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much, Lee. We really love
You're
the fact
welcome.
that I literally called her this morning and was like, "Hey, can we like put you on Facebook?" But you know, and I'm sure she was nervous, you know, leading up to this. But it's been really fun. I want to thank Linda for all her hard work and
You
kind
know,
of
that's the hard work.
dragging me, kicking and screaming into doing videos. But
I got a quick Ask Nancy question.
oh, sure.
So, have you ever done a commercial real estate deal or leasing? How does that? Have you ever done that?
Oh yes, she
Yeah.
does do that. So
Yeah.
okay, can I just chime in quick? Because when I was looking for a commercial space, I thought she only did purchases, so I never called her. She's like, okay, but yes.
I know.
she
I'm
does
like,
do
I'm like
leases.
Lee. You know, I also do the same thing.
Because you know,
But you work
when think
directly
of-
with the owner, so I mean,
Yeah.
I get it. You know.
But no, but when you think of realtor, you think, oh, buying a house.
House,
Not
yeah.
buying a commercial space, but she does it.
Yeah, absolutely. Not I just, you guys have to talk. I just shoved this in my mouth. So.
Yeah.
Okay, as you're doing, so if you do commercial, is it different licensing or just different lingo that?
Yeah, no. So actually, commercial real estate is very interesting. I'm currently
Very
working with
hard.
It is hard,
Oh.
and I would say, okay, just imagine how hard it is to qualify for like say a $200,000 house right now. Imagine like if you were gonna buy a commercial space, they're typically in the like $1 million plus range.
Yeah.
So not only are you as an individual looked at, like how worthy are you to get a loan or whatever, but they also look at your business. So you really need to be like making a profit and, you know, able to lease or buy space, right? So I had a client, I was telling you about him maybe a couple weeks ago, Jason. And my team and I had helped them find their new space. And they opened up Dart Escape, which is like a Nerf gun. Yeah, it's a Nerf gun gym. Actually, I want her to do a client appreciation event. In
my
fact,
gosh.
if all of those places like open up, I want to throw a party there for all of my clients
Oh
to
my
just
gosh.
come like on a Saturday between like 12 to 4 or something, and just come and bring your kids and shoot Nerf guns at them. It's actually really hard to do. And there's a lot of cheaters, okay? I'm like, hey, this is like the honor system. You got hit, you need to get out, you know?
Right.
But, you know, I had helped him and his family, and they had approached me, and they're like, Nancy, I'm going to quit my job and open this Nerf gun gym. And I'm like, wow, is that a thing? Like, really? And it's kind of like a Sky Zone. But yeah, so we helped them lease their space, and it was really interesting process. You know, kind of just like when you took over the space, you know, you still work out a contract with the owners, you still talk about like, well, Are they going to have any like what are included, like tenant improvements included, where they're helping you improve your space, obviously for you to have a successful business. And so yeah, I mean they, you know, it's been really cool because it's like you see an empty spot and then the next day there's like an amazing flourishing business there, which is so cool. So yeah, so and I've been mainly doing residential the last 16 years, but in the last like 3 or 4. You know, doing little bits of
She's been
commercial
doing pretty
here
good
and
at
there.
commercial.
Yeah. So yeah, so I have a church right now. Maybe I've talked about it in a past video, but we are actually buying the old Pan America building.
Which where?
Off of
The
94.
Friendly?
Nope, off of Highway 94. Yeah.
Wait, 94. Wait,
94 on Whitebear Avenue.
near the Target.
Who's
Yep,
buying
right
it?
there. So I have a church that I'm working with, and so they are going to be, you know, we sold their building,
Yeah.
and then we are buying this new space, and it's a little confusing because we're gonna own it in what they call like a business condo. But there's an amazing carpet company there now, Seedstess, and they've been around for like like over 100 some years, and they used to be in downtown St. Paul, but they own the building and they just don't use the other space. And so we found it, and we're going to be, in fact, we just got the design paperwork back from the architect, and it's like, it's going to look just like a beautiful church inside. So very excited.
At the Pan America on 94.
At the Pan America on
By that Slumberland, right?
Yep, right there. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Literally, guys, my nose is running because it's so spicy. Oh my gosh. And I realized this is probably our longest live ever. So thanks for watching. If you're still watching, we really appreciate you. Again, we wanted to introduce you to our wonderful entrepreneurial friend, Lee, and again, her whole family. We basically all work together and run this place. Yeah, sorry.
So as Nancy is wiping her nose live, we're going to remember Cups and Cheers,
Jeez,
International
thanks, Linda.
Sports and Bar. Come here for the great food,
Yeah, I know, right? It's all
supporting
gone.
small local businesses. During, post, and pre this pandemic, we're going to get through this and things leave.
Oh, actually, for the sports lovers, so La Liga just started. That is the international soccer, Mexican soccer. Since the U.S. is not playing any sports, so we have the La Liga League on. I'm a really big soccer fan too. So
Awesome. Well, you know, one of my favorite Hispanic beers is Dos Equis. You better have it. Dos Equis. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And remember, later on today, or maybe the next day or so here, we'll take you on a sneak peek through where all the magic happens right here at Cups and Cheers International Bar, right off of Whitebear Avenue in East St. Paul's Hillcrest neighborhood. Thanks for watching.
Bye.